Welcome to the Wealthy Life. Feeling in control of your finances allows you to live a wealthy life, which is more than just money. It's happiness. Joining us today is Lindsay Plum, founder of the Pretty Money Club, to share tips to stay on top of your finances. Lindsay, welcome to the Wealthy Life.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
So what do you love most about helping people with their finances?
I love getting people's time and attention on the things that really matter in life and away from the stress of their finances.
Okay, eliminating stress is always a good thing. So what is the Pretty Money Club all about? What does it mean?
The Pretty Money Club is all about women who feel confident and in control of their finances, no matter how much money they have.
So what inspired you to start the club?
Oh, well, it was, really hanging out with a lot of busy moms and seeing their struggles with either paying bills or staying on track with their budget or understanding retirement, whatever the case may be. They were stressed and they weren't sure where to go. And I thought we should start a place to have those conversations and help them.
So I'm sure you were intentional in coming up with the name Pretty Money.
I was.
What was the story behind that, and what does it really mean to you and to others?
Yeah, so Pretty Money to me is all about confidence and control. Having the confidence to ask questions, to make decisions, and the control of your finances, knowing that, you are making the decisions, not your money controlling you.
Well, it's funny because when I think pretty money, I think, oh, that's such a nice way to look at money, rather than looking at money as an ugly item or something you want more of or something that creates stress. It can be pretty. Absolutely. It can be simple. It can be nice. So what are the most common obstacles you see people having to overcome when it comes to their money?
There's a few really key ones, and one of them I think is not talking about money because they're nervous or they're scared of what the outcome might be or looking like they don't know the answers.
And nobody knows the answers. Nobody. Well, there are a few experts that know the answers, but the average person doesn't know what they don't know.
Absolutely.
So they feel embarrassed and shamed by it.
Yeah. They think there's one way.
So
and if they don't know, if they don't know that one way, they feel a bit goofy even joining the conversation. And as we know, there's lots of ways, and there's some that are better than others.
Absolutely. It's funny, but it's like talking about illnesses or health or what vehicle you're going to buy. It's one of those things that once you start talking about it, you realize how many other people are maybe going through the same thing. And there's a lot of comfort in knowing that, isn't there?
Absolutely. Yeah. The community in the Pretty Money Club is equally as important as the topics and the content.
So what's another challenge?
Another challenge is overspending. And a lot of the time that is because we're not paying attention to how much we're spending, and we don't know how much we can actually afford to spend. And there's certain times where we don't want to know either of the answers to those questions, but that's where we need to talk about it and look at those things and learn how much we can afford to spend, how much we are spending.
And don't compare yourself to others. Like that's, I think, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make. I remember somebody approached me once and they were in such financial ruin, like they had debt galore. And when I looked at their spending pattern, they were just spending. They were pulling money out of their bank machine every single day and had nothing to show for it. This is kind of funny, but two things that came out of that conversation. One was they didn't realize that the withdrawals out of their bank account were from them. They thought someone was stealing their money. They didn't realize until they looked at their statement they were pulling the money out each and every day. And number two, they based their spending decisions on what the guys down the street were doing. Well, they may have had really good paying jobs, or maybe they're in bad debt too. So don't compare to others.
Totally. Yeah. There's a whole spectrum of incomes and different situations, and we're not in the same one as our neighbors.
Okay, so how do you help people differentiate between wants and needs so that it can be intentional spending?
It's so important to know the difference between wants and needs. And, so some of the things that we do are looking back in our statements and in our spending to see where that's going and making a list of, is this a want or is this a need? It's a debate I get in with my members on a regular basis, because what I think is, or what they think is a want, I often don't agree, which sometimes, if we're really, really tight, might even come down to a gym membership, because we could go and run around the block.
That's right.
I'm not saying you should, but you could. And if making your finances work is really important, sometimes those are decisions that need to be made.
So where does everything start? It sounds like budget and cash flow. Is that where you encourage everyone to start?
Absolutely. Yeah, a budget is everything to me in the Pretty Money Club. And that doesn't mean that we're restricting our spending. It just means that we're being in control of our spending, that we're saying where our dollars are going.
So where can people go to learn more about budgeting?
I'd love for them to go to prettymoneyclub.com/budget makeover. I have a free budget download there and lots of tips to help.
Oh, fantastic. And we've got some great tools on thewealthylife.com as well. Lindsay, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
The Wealthy Life is brought to you by investment dealer Raymond James. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.